All right. Welcome. Happy Thursday. We're gonna jump right in here with a Switch community call. I know we've kind of took the summer off, but excited to get going. Lots going on in the community with Switch and elsewhere just in the industry. If we have never met, I apologize for that. My name is Scott Touchton. I at one point was a full-time staff member with Kathy and Brad Jolly and the team, and have transitioned to more like a community member, and you may have seen me on some other AMAs around the community. So we're going to jump right in here. We've got Kathy is going to start us off and talk about a little bit about the crypto industry update and some of the regulatory things going on that some exciting things that have happened recently, but also some things on the horizon with that. And then Brad and Jolly and Darby are going to go from there. So I will be in the chat. We also have Darby in the chat. If any questions, I think Kathy and Brad have a list of questions they've compiled from the community they're going to be addressing. But anything else you want to talk about or ask, just drop it in the chat, and we will either try to answer it in the chat or tee Kathy and Brad up to answer those questions. So without further delay, I'm going to hand it over to Miss Kathy.
I'm so thankful that all of you are on today, and I know a lot of you have a lot of questions, and we hope to answer most of those, but if we don't get to them today, if they're in the chat, we'll get back to you. I wanted to just start off with the change in the regulatory markets and some of the things that we're seeing. It's not quite as clear as we would all hope. When you talk about the Genius Act, when you talk about the Clarity Act, that's still moving. The Debanking Act, I'm really happy about that one. But what I'd almost like to ask the government for is an apology act, because we have done everything we could do to get our product up, and we were debanked. We were at the mercy of what we think the regulators were pushing. At one point, when we had this card out, all the banks got a note from the FDIC saying, if you're doing anything with anyone who does anything with crypto, then you need to dismiss it. And that's how our first card went down. I think you all kind of know a little bit about that story. We then traveled to New York trying to make new agreements with new banks, and we got another bank, a very large one, that said, oh, we're not afraid, we'll work with you. And they subsequently had a bigger client and pulled out and are not taking new clients. So everything that we've done, we've had a little bit of barriers in. However, it has not stymied our belief in this project. And I'll add Brad to this conversation, because I think when you think about what we think you want to know is probably the biggest author in the world, is you want to ask us, is it to be or not to be? Just like Shakespeare. And I think when you think about Switch, the question mark is, I know all of you have participated in one way or the other. Node owners and people who have gathered the tokens have the biggest question. But remember, there is a pretty stiff divide between the company and between the token, which is the community, and between the company, which we're hoping to have, or actually we'll give you an update today on the card, which will cause there to be more utilization of the token. So with that, let me go into some of the questions. We asked Darby to pull off some of the things that you wanted to know off of Discord. We didn't ask her for all the sunshiny stuff. We asked her for some of the issues. This comes from AR051. Issue is Kathy comes from the traditional finance and a company that had millions, if not billions, behind them at the time. Switch is a very competitive crypto space and doesn't have much funding behind it. Not to mention their burn rate is insane, and we have little revenue for the past 2 to 3 years. We need to secure some serious funding, and this ship is guaranteed to sink, hoping for the best, but prepared for the worst. I'm glad somebody's hoping for the best, prepared for the worst. But I have to tell you that during this time frame, we have been such believers that even though we didn't have big funding, we have had enough of a belief to help fund it ourselves between Brad and I. I will also say it's true. I come from a background that was traditional, and there were billions of dollars. These are not easy products to lift, And at the time, we're talking a lifetime ago. Some of you weren't even born when Discover Card came along. We did have a deep pockets benefactor. That deep pockets benefactor is now gone. But during that time frame, it did take planning of about 3 years and another 3 years before we made a profit. And that was after a large benefactor making a $7 billion kind of investment. It cost us $350,000 a day for 3 years before we came up with a paltry profit of $19 million. So as we're coming in now, Brad, will you kind of give
Yeah,
an overview of where we're at today with the card?
yeah. With the card, I did want to kind of answer that question too of the concerns that person had. Um, what some people may not know or may know, we do have some other working products that we're actually earning fees on every month, and for the last 3 to 4 months, we've actually had double-digit growth with those products. So I'm happy and actually super proud of our team to say that we are self-sustaining on the fees that we're getting. We're even starting to save up for a marketing fund so we can start marketing our product. And it's great timing for that because, and I'll jump right into the card now. We are very close. For those of you that have been with us the long run, we've been with 4 different program managers. That is who allows you to use the back end bank tools so we can have a debit card. And everyone talks about the debit card and how, when are we going to get that? And honestly, my favorite product that I use at least weekly, if not daily, is our trade wallet. Everyone wants to know about the debit card, and we're working on that. We're heads down. In fact, that's why we haven't had a community call for a couple of months, because we wanted to come and say, hey, look, we've got our debit card. We're ready to roll. Go order it. Those of you that did order it, we're going to send you one out. But unfortunately, we do rely on other people outside of our system. We have the best dev team out there. And when we get documentation from our partners, there's a lot of errors because they're new. They haven't ever done it. And so they go in and fix it and go back to our vendors and say, hey, these endpoints don't work. What's going on? So shout out to our dev team. And also shout out to all of you for being such a good community. And this is a startup and an inventive startup. So yeah, does it take a lot of money? Absolutely. What we're building is a super cool product. And is there some competitors out there? Absolutely. But we feel like what we're creating with our trade wallet, we already have some huge advantages. And when our debit card comes out, we'll have some even better advantages as well. But we're close to the point where we've submitted the designs for the card to Visa. We've had some back and forth there that we've had to change. But we are really excited just with the timing of crypto, with the timing of the banks, and I all my friends have nodes. My wife asks me every morning and every night because she sees me. So where are we at with the card? So where are we at with the card? And I'm like, I use the trade platform every day. It's better than the card, but the card will be a bonus. It will make it very convenient. And all my friends and family. I went to on a trip with my extended family, my brothers and sisters, and all their kids have nodes, and they're all asking me where are we at with Switch. So I get some of the frustration out there. Kathy and I and the whole team and Kristen and Scott is in this every single day, and we're pushing as hard as we can to get there. So we appreciate your patience, but I do feel your frustration. I get every day from my wife, like, how come you can't just get the card? Well, when the new administration in the U.S. came out, it wasn't like they just flipped a switch and all the banks said, hey, we're okay with crypto now. We'll turn it on. There's tons of different hoops that they've got to jump through, and they've got to get the water to the end of the cornrows. If they don't, I mean, and that takes a long time. So I went a little longer on that, Kathy. Sorry. Go to the next question. I'll keep going.
Well, and you covered several of the questions, so I won't go through each one of them. But one of the things that he said about the people we work with, we did not go for their base products. Maybe we should have. We went for products that were more customized, that provided more benefits and options to the users. So many times they are building this custom for us, but we also, after failure with an earlier provider, went to probably one of the biggest for the international products and the best for the international products. Stateside, we have to use a different provider. And remember, even the biggest conglomerates in the entire world have a hard time when they go global. So that is part of the story. You'll see that even in the United States, there was a young woman who was coming to Morgan Stanley about the time I was leaving. She put up Custodia Bank and she's calling for, wait, yeah, you've gone to the point where you're not going to debank us anymore. But virtually, you put a lot of people out of business, and her bank was blackballed. And so she's calling for, now, what are you going to do for me? Now you've made your statement that you were wrong. It's not always that the laws are right, and sometimes it does take a lot of time for them to correct them. One of the comments or questions was about additional places that the tokens would be. And I don't have all the details on this. This is a large community member who told us that they have applied and we should see it fairly soon. That we should see all of the most of the ecosystems, I would say, tokens on Coinbase. And if you ask me more details about it, I don't have it, but somebody else has been working on that faithfully. So we hope to see that pretty soon, and others beyond that. So that's the next thing that I think is coming up. I think the other thing that there was a question about how small our team was, and it is small. We did go to a smaller team. And I go back to Shakespeare and I say, we few, we happy few. We have an effective team. It is smaller, but anyone who has left our team or was downsized is also still a fierce champion for us and for Switch. So I'll go and hand it over to Brad for the rest of the updates.
Awesome. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate it. I want to do some shout outs. A lot of people are saying where they're from, which is awesome in the chat. And I want to do a shout out to all of those that have signed up for the trade wallet in the US, but also outside of the US. There's a lot of people internationally that are using the trade wallet, and we appreciate you, kind of being the guinea pigs and jumping through the hoops of the KYC, which is called Know Your Customer. And that is a little painful to go through as far as uploading a picture with yourself and your ID. Unfortunately, that is regulated and we need to get that information. And it is a little bit of a hassle, but once you're done with that and you actually connect your bank with the trade wallet, it's awesome and it's a lot easier. But going through those first couple of steps is a little time consuming, and it does take about 24 to 48 hours getting there. So shout out to all those that have used our trade wallet. Those that haven't and are a Switch community member, and if you're buying crypto, you should sign up for it. It's free. You can get an account. And then if you want to connect your bank and you're like, I want to buy $100 of Bitcoin right now or Ethereum, and I'm going to show you a little demo of what it looks like if you guys haven't seen it, because like I said, I use it every day or every week, if not every day. And I want to share that. Before we do, I wanted to show you what the card is going to look like inside the wallet. So Aaron is our team lead. He's he's the smart whatever behind everything. So when we have a problem, we always ask him to fix it. But Aaron, can you share your screen and just show us what the card's going to look like? We do have a little bit of a different card because we made some changes since this page, but go ahead and share with the community what's going to look like, Aaron, if you can.
Sounds great. I have sent the request to share my screen.
Okay, Darby should be able to.
There we go.
And maybe just show us what we're seeing here so we can know.
Absolutely. So we will have our multiple different debit cards with the Switch trade platform. And depending on the card will determine what card will show up here. We have the black card, and then we'll have like the digital cards and the blue card, and it'll even show the card right here. What's really cool about this is when you click to view, it will actually show your card number, which we're still integrating. It'll show the card number right here, along with the details that you need to even add it to Google or Apple Pay. And then below here, you'll see details on what account and routing number is tied to your debit card. So you can ACH to this account and routing number to fund your card, or you are able to fund the card through the trade wallet itself. And then it'll show a brief transaction history of what you use the card for, along with any additional deposits, and then just some basic personal information.
It's awesome. So there it is. That will be inside your wallet. If you see there on the left side, the tab, what do we even call that? I don't even know, but where all the little home dashboard nodes, but you can see the card and you'll click on the card. It'll be tied there. It'll also be tied into the trade wallet. So this is the big part of integration that Aaron and team are all working on. So we're grateful for them. And like I said, I'm probably the most grateful, and Kathy and team, as far as how close we are to actually getting a debit card, because it has been our nemesis. We had a card back in 23. And then, like Kathy mentioned about that letter that went out, our bank came to us and said, we told you we were good with crypto. Sorry, we're not going to do crypto anymore. Go find a new bank. And it's been a challenge ever since then. We found a vendor that says, yeah, we'll have a card to you here in 6 months. And they've had problems. So that's the same vendor we're with right now. So I do have a lot of people that say, hey, give me a time frame. And I've given time frames, and I hate it now because it's not just us that we're waiting on to get a card. It's a whole slew of other vendors that are all making this work. So having said that, now let's go to our fun stuff, and I'll share my screen and log in to our trade wallet. Those of you who haven't done this, like I mentioned, go sign up. Go sign up for a trade wallet and then buy some crypto just so you can see what you're a part of. So this is just two-factor authentication. I got to plug this in here real quick to get in, and I will be ready. Okay. Okay, over here, let me just go through this little menu stack over here. When you log in, it will bring it to this page to set up your trade platform. Okay, so these are all the things that you can sign up for to have access to our trade platform. There's two things you have to do. You have to go through the identity verification to unlock all these products, and then you have to go through the trade platform to be able to buy and sell crypto. And those are very similar. You'll be like, oh, this is like the same stuff I've given. That's your customer information, like your address, your identity, your ID card, your passport, and all that stuff. You'll jump through these two hoops, and this does take you well, my daughter said she did it pretty fast the other day and was verified in like 5 minutes. Sometimes it does take a little longer. She may have problems or not be used to doing it. But once it's submitted, it's about 24 hours to get this one approved. And then it opens up this, and you'll be able to enter your information there. And then it's another 20. So it's about 48 hours, 2 business days to get this all set up. Once you do that, then you'll have access to the trade wallet on this side here. Let me move this. This is our trade wallet. This is where you can deposit and withdraw money. This is where you wire or ACH. So if I wanted to make a deposit into my account so I could buy crypto, I can do a wire transfer. And if you click on there, this is the stuff you would use to put into your external bank. So you would use this account number, routing number, this information. You would have to go to your external bank. If you have the ability to do online wires, this is what you'd put in to be able to send a wire to your Switch account. And then same with the ACH. This is what you'd use on the ACH part if you're going to ACH. And I will say this for our international people, and shout out to New Zealand. We just had a customer who successfully set up their account in New Zealand and sent a wire, and it came through their account. So shout out to that area, as well as, multiple other countries on that. So this is what you do for the ACH. This is an alpha account. We're eventually going to be able to let you buy and sell, or just buy different tokens that you want with a credit card purchase. And like I said, this is an alpha account, so this has everything showing in it. Here's all of my empty wallets and different coins that you can buy and sell. I do want to show you, this has taken us a long time, but we've got Switch, Eyes, and Grow. Those of you that are members of these that are community members in these other projects, we've got it finally listed on our own, so you could be able to buy your tokens here. And that's a big part to be able to utilize utility in the future for the Switch tokens. I'm just going to do a quick buy here. I'm going to buy some Bitcoin, and I want to show you this because this is a part of where we're creating utility for the token. So I want to buy $100 of Bitcoin. It will tell me how much Bitcoin I'm going to get. I don't know how much that really is. So the next page I preview buy, it will tell me how much in dollars I'm going to get after the fees. So I'm going to spend $100 and the amount I'm going to get is $93.78. A lot of other platforms don't show this, but we show it to you because we want to be able to. So that's $6 and whatever, 22 cents is what we make in fees. And eventually we're going to turn that on and make that a utility where you have to pay that $6.22 with your Switch token. So I'm going to hit buy now, and that will purchase and say, your transaction is pending. So that's a simple buy. And that's what I'm telling you. If your friends or you or whoever is like, yeah, I want to get in this crypto, I want to buy some Bitcoin, I want to buy Ethereum or Tether or XRP, then say, oh, I've got an awesome platform. Go to switchyourwordcard.com and jump through. And every other platform has the same KYC that we make you jump through. So if they're frustrated, like, I got to put all this information in, every other platform makes you do that. You have to KYC. So I just want to just drive that point home is don't just stop because it seemed a little hard to get through KYC for signing up for a trade wallet. If you want to buy and sell crypto, do it here. It's simple once you get it going. You just saw how easy it is. And that's just the easy way to do that. So I talked about, yeah.
Let me add one other thing. Someone did send in a note about, we need to have a full app so you can just do things on your phone. And we do agree with you. The first pass at that kind of a item for us to get that up was about $500,000. I'm a little bit short, but Aaron, who you heard from earlier, is working on a proposal. It probably won't be until the latter part of 6, but it will also depend on how well our revenues go. But we agree with that and are working on a proposal for an app in the future.
That's a great question. Yeah, we have a Switch 2.0 that Aaron is working on, which will make it, you can obviously put this on as a bookmark on your phone and still get on here. But yeah, we are working on that as well as all the other stuff we're working on right now. That's the trade wallet. I do want to show you our Switch Pay website, and this is where we're making some of our fees as well. Switch-pay.com is where if you're just going to buy 1 or 2 times, you can go here, and this is international and US, and you can go here and buy with a credit card. And so we even have, are you going to do this multiple times? Then we encourage you to go sign up for the trade wallet, which is what I just told you. If you're just going to use it once, come in here, put your name in. This is a low level KYC. You get approved pretty fast in a couple minutes, and then you can buy crypto with a credit card on this site, and that's at switch-pay.com. If you're looking to just buy crypto quick with a credit card. So I wanted to push that out there, and I've taken way longer than I was supposed to, so I apologize. But I'm going to turn the time over to Kristen Jolly because we mentioned, hey, anybody that went here and did this and bought crypto, we're going to give out a couple prizes. Appreciate your time, and we honestly just know we are working hard. There's been a lot of hoops that we've jumped through. Like I said, we've been with 4 different card program managers over the last 4 years, and that's not easy to go down the road, program all their stuff, and then be told by the bank, oh, we're not going to do crypto anymore. So we've overcome a lot of hurdles, and I feel like, yeah, does it take a lot of money to do this? Absolutely. Me and Kathy and a lot of other people have also put a lot of money into this, but we're excited to say, hey, we've jumped over those hurdles. And we're moving forward, and it's a great time, and we're excited to keep going. So, Kristen, you take over.
Thanks, Brad. Yeah, we're really excited what we've developed over here. One of the things that we love, that we were so excited when it went live, was the quick buy, and that's at switch-pay.com. Darby can put a link in the chat. If you haven't used it, if you have a trade wallet, you don't need it. But if you don't have a trade wallet and you just want to get on and quick buy some crypto, it's super, super simple. Someday, if you meet Brad, ask him about the first time he bought crypto. It's actually a really funny story about he thought his wife was going to divorce him because it was impending for like 3 days. But this, you go and you can just literally you put in your information, you do a quick KYC, throw in a credit card, and you can buy several different types of crypto. And so the quick buy is a really, really cool tool that's been up and running, and we're seeing more and more movement on it. So we thought, why don't we give away some prizes? So we've been doing for the last 24 hours. If you go on the quick buy and you buy $100 worth of crypto, regardless of what crypto you buy, you get entered in. So we have a little drawing. We're going to have 2 of the Switch backpacks. I don't know if it will share. There we go. Look at that. There's my Switch backpack. That's a few years old. A couple of you guys have won these in the past. We've got a few more that we're going to ship out. So Darby has the list. Darby has the list of all the users over the last 24 hours. Darby, if you want to draw us the first 2 winners, the first 2 people, go ahead and give us some names.
Let's see. So the first winner is Judita.
Judita, we see your name actually quite a bit. So thank you. So there's the first winner. And then the second winner, give us another name.
It is Anthony.
Anthony. Alrighty. So Judita and Anthony, we'll go ahead and be sending you guys email. We're going to get some shipping information from you. If you are not domestic, if you're not here in the States, we're going to send you some Switch tokens. I think both of you 2 are stateside, though, if I remember right. So we'll be getting that backpack shipped out to you. So that's exciting. And then starting today, we're going to do another promo. If Darby will share the screen, and the instructions are actually at the very, very top of the chat. It's to get you opening our trade wallet. And so the more the merrier in the trade wallet, the more that can be in there using it. I think you'll be really, really happy with the product. Like I said, if you have a trade wallet, you don't need the quick buy. If you want to use the credit card, you still need the quick buy, but here in the next month or so, we're going to be getting that credit card option added to the trade wallet. And so that one, it'll be right next to your buy send. It'll be inside that buy. One of the options will be credit card. So with this new promo that we're doing, if you open up, just opening up the trade wallet, I'm going to send 25,000 Switch. Just opening up, going through the KYC, getting approved. You'll email in. Darby will get your name on a list, and I'm going to send you 25,000 Switch. But if you go in and want a little more, do a $500 USD value buy of any kind of crypto that we have listed, which there's a bunch in there. There's a ton of crypto in there. I don't know if you noticed when Brad did that drop down, you're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. There's a lot of options in there. So a $500 value purchase. Or if you already have crypto, you want to deposit it, you want to off ramp it, go ahead and deposit that. Link your bank and we can off ramp it. A hot tip on that off ramp. If you're going to off ramp, let's say I want to off ramp $5,000 in ETH. I go into the ETH, and instead of hitting sell, I'm going to just hit withdraw, and then you'll withdraw directly from the cryptocurrency. Otherwise, you're going to sell it and it's going to go on that DUSD. This way, you'll off ramp it and it will sell it for you, and we'll wire it out, and it'll save you some fees. So any $500 transaction is going to get you put in for $1 million. This is not a drawing. I just want you to use the trade wallet. You use the trade wallet, I'm going to send you $1 million Switch. So use the trade wallet, send in the transaction information to Darby, we'll validate it, and we're going to send you Switch. So it's kind of short and sweet, easy promo. We're going to put this, I saw some of you taking screenshots and taking pictures of this with your phones. We're going to put the promo out on all our socials. And we'll go ahead and email that out too, so that you have it in your email so that you can see all the rules. Big thing is just communicate with us at support@switchroarcard.com so that we know who's entered. And that's it for this promo that we're running. I'll turn it back over to Brad.
Awesome. Thank you. There's some good questions in the chat. Mikhail just asked, why can't we start with Switch token today to pay the fees? Because we're trying, as you mentioned, we're trying to get that set into an exact fee. We want to charge 1.5 for stable and up to 4% on non-stable, but it's kind of a hard in the background with whatever Aaron's program. It's hard to get that, so we have to work that out to make sure we're good to go. But yeah, as soon as we start, can figure that out and get that all set up, we will definitely start using the switch token there. I want to just end. I guess that's all we have. We did 2 giveaways, Jolly?
Yes.
We did the quick buy one that ended today, and then we did the promo that starts today. The
Do we want
open
to
your
do
trade
another
wallet
one,
promo.
or are we good?
Do you want to give away some more Switch?
Yeah, let's give away some more Switch. It's Kathy's, so let's just give hers away.
Let's do it.
All right, Darby, go ahead and draw a few more names out of that quick buy promo.
Okay, let's see. Dippo. We love Dippo. You're one of our
Oh, Dippo.
And let's do one more, and then we're 1 minute over, but I just want to finish. Do one more, and then we'll wrap this up.
And the last one is Garrett.
Garrett. Sweet. All right,
Awesome.
we'll be reaching out to all those winners and get the information from you that we need.
And then just to give you a little, we haven't inked the deal, but we are working with a big company out of Texas that will provide a lot of card users. They've committed to us in the next 12 months, 100,000. We'll probably do a co-branded card with them. I'm not going to give their name out, but I'm excited because that also gives us an opportunity for us to be able to have another place where all of their users in their marketplace will be using the Switch token to purchase all the different products that they have in their marketplace. And they've committed to us for that. So I'm super excited. Just know we're working on many different avenues of utility besides just the fees like I showed you here for the Switch token. There's a bunch of different opportunities we have. Those do take a minute, but we are working those relationships, and we're going down that path to create as much utility as we can for the Switch token, because that is our job. We're separated, like Kathy mentioned at the first, but we are working our darndest to be able to find the different areas where we can really create utilization and demand for the token to be able to use it. I kind of want to say, hey, we've done millions and millions of dollars on our trade platform, a lot of trades. If you haven't done one and you're not signed up, go sign up. It's awesome. And it'll be a great experience for you. So thank you, everyone. Thanks for your time. And I'm excited, and we're getting closer on that silly debit card. But anyway, that's all I got. Have a great, whatever today is, Thursday.
See you guys. Have a good one.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Thank you for the update.
You bet, Steve. We'll see ya.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody, for being on.
Thanks for all your help, Christian. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
try to
Barry.
get
Good to see
on
your
the
face,
rest of
buddy.
these questions on the chat and back to folks. Bye.